Hi, I'm James Burnham. Today I want to talk about adaptability and flexibility. Two concepts that are typically showing up on resumes as soft skills that people love to demonstrate. And what's the difference? And why are they important? Is there a difference? Are they important? These are the things we'll talk about today. I'm doing it out here in nature because I think that nature demonstrates really clearly the benefits of adaptability and flexibility. Here in the mountains in Utah, we've got some fresh snow. And frankly, the reason I'm shooting this today out here is because I have been extremely inflexible in my ability or willingness to film my videos out here in nature where I love to be. It's an intrusion on my personal space. One of these things that I feel is mine. I don't want to share with anybody. And it's ridiculous. But here I am, finally facing my inflexible nature, my unwillingness to adapt. And I'll demonstrate to you through definition. First of all, let's define what adaptability and flexibility are. And then once we figure that out, I'll give you a story of how we can take that knowledge and apply it to our own lives and get better. It's a skill we can develop. So what is adaptability? Adaptability is that the capacity to change what you're doing in order to meet the new demands. So if, for example, you're at work and something changes significantly in the market and you now have to completely change the process that you deliver your goods to your customer, it's going to take some time to do that. And so you may temporarily work weekends, put in long hours, get that stuff done. Your willingness to take on those extra tasks, make those changes to temporary changes in order to get to the place you want to be is a sign of adaptability. It's good to have, right? A lot of people are intransient in that moment. No, I only work these hours. I have to do it. And then they stick to what they got. And in that moment of sticking to what they know and what they've already done, well, they lose out in meeting the new market in a speedy time because they weren't willing to buckle down and change their schedule and what's going on or their workload to meet the new crisis that they're facing. That's adaptability. Flexibility is your willingness to say, if somebody has a work schedule and it's set, if you're working in an office and you work night shifts, somebody's working day shifts, maybe the person that's working day shifts has a family crisis and they need somebody to cover day shifts and they can work night shifts. And you say, you know what? I'll switch my schedule with you for this week while you work through this. That's flexibility. Or the willingness to compromise, right? You come in, somebody is saying, hey, I'm willing to buy your product at this price point, not at the one you got listed. And you begin to have a discussion about the price point that'll work for both of you. If you're willing to be flexible in that space, that's different than adaptability. It's a small change in the system or price point. You're willing to compromise. There's the difference between the two. So how does this show up in nature? Well, take a look with me at all of this stuff I see. I come up here a lot. And with each season, the look and feel of the place changes significantly. The reason it changes is because the mountains, the trees, the living things, they got to adapt to their environment. During the warm season, we have growth. We have green leaves. We have beautiful things running everywhere. In spring, right, as the thaw comes, you see the buds forming on the trees. You see grass beginning to come out of the dead grass, growing up through the green, through the dead grass. You see all these things that show that the world is adapting to the environment that it's in. It's beautiful to see. It's fun to witness. It's good to see in others too. I spend a lot of time out here. It's one of the places that is my refuge and where I go to get my head mentally clear, to reground myself. I like it. And I often do it alone with someone who's close to me. And It's a space that I guard for myself. And as part of doing this channel on YouTube, I'm trying to let you in to some of the mental processes and things that I do in my life. And I don't mind talking about it in that space where I'm set up at home. I have my topics and it's all laid out for me and I can roll through it. But when I come into this space, it's kind of a sacred thing for me. It's personal and it makes it hard for me to share it. However, I feel like it's one of those things that if you get to witness it, you can learn more from it if you're into this. And it doesn't have to be nature that's your space. This is mine. And so I have been lacking in my willingness, my flexibility to change my process, to allow for the fact that, hey, I can shoot a few videos out here, not entirely disrupt my whole process because I still have plenty of time to do this on my own. It won't interfere with my mental health if I keep doing it. But my mental resistance was my inflexibility to compromise, to say, you know what, I can do this. I can shoot these videos. I can show people what's going on up there. Let them see a piece of the beauty that I experience so that you can maybe go find some yourself. I resist it. I don't know. Well, I do know why, but I resist it. And until I choose to look at what I'm resisting, I have no way to work through it. And I'm missing a deadline. I was too slow on these. I tried shooting videos and I just kept like, no, today's my day. I'm gonna get my head right. And I wouldn't shoot a video. And so I skipped this deadline because I'm being inflexible. So now here I am, late on my deadline because of my inflexibility. And I now have to adapt. I only had to shoot 10 videos and I only shot 3 so far on my own sporadically, which was easy to do if I had continued. But rather than continuing, I just kind of blew it off because I didn't want to be flexible. And now I must be adaptable. So today I have to shoot 7 more videos back to back right here. And that will be my adaptability. I'm changing the workload for a temporary gain to get this done so that I'm not further late on my deadline. That's the difference, right? You can see, I wonder, like me, if you can see how this logic and the ability to have critical thinking and to take a look at how you're not showing up adaptably or flexibly in your life can serve you. It can serve you in every aspect. Your relationships with friends, loved ones, family. It can serve you in business with your clients, with your colleagues, with your leaders. And really, it's quite a skill. It's fun to work with somebody that demonstrates that. Can you imagine how frustrated the people are that are editing my videos that I'm so late? Because I refuse to be flexible and adaptable. It's a big deal, right? Now I'm going to be throwing stuff at them late, and I feel bad for them. It's not their fault. It's mine, because I was not being flexible or adaptable. And that takes a toll, right? With somebody, when you work with somebody that is constantly inflexible, not adaptable, it makes it difficult to have them on your team. So if you want to increase your capacity to be adaptable and flexible, take a cue from nature. Look how peacefully the mountains adapt to the change of climates. You don't hear a complaint. Fuck, it's winter. Now we lose all our leaves and we got covered in snow. We don't grow, we gotta hunker down. It just embraces it. And it's beautiful. Each season comes with a change that shows a different style of beauty that is here for the time that is here. And that's the way our lives are. We are faced with seasons of change continually. We must adapt. We must be flexible if we want to succeed. And I think sometimes we forget that because it's very easy. Our brains, our habits, we form them, and it makes it easy for us to follow through and do what has been done in rote memory so often that we barely have to think about it. We're inherently lazy in that way. And so we got to challenge ourselves, and rather than look at change, a disruption of your plan as an aggravation, look at it more as an adventure, like walking out here. And if you can do that, it relieves that pressure that you might have to be aggravated, frustrated by what you're facing. And that becomes something that then you can build on that skill and make yourself more adaptable, more flexible. I'm actually quite adaptable and flexible in most areas, but I've been woefully inadequate in this space. Interesting, right? We all have spaces where we're strong and where we're weak. And so when I take a place where I know I'm capable of changing and adapting and being flexible, and then I overlay that onto, say, this space, I can see very clearly, I need to smarten up. I need to get better. And then I can take action. But if you're caught in the aggravation, the mental pain of saying, this isn't fair, this isn't right, things are always changing, I can't adapt, well, you're losing the game. This is not a fun game. And mindset's so important to your energy. Your ability to face and adapt is controlled by that mental space. So, adaptability, flexibility, they are important soft skills in the workspace. And if you struggle, take these ideas and apply them to yourselves. Use critical thinking. Use your ability to be strong and capable in other areas and place that template on where you're struggling. Get curious and get excited about the adventure that you're facing. Stick around. I got another video coming up. Thanks for joining me. My name is James, and this is how I do it.